what's your mentality with that, and just what's allowed you to have so much success early on here?
I think most of my success comes from just taking coaching, just taking it one day at a time, making sure I don't stay in the same spot every day, just improving on one thing every day, making sure I just take it one foot behind the other and just keep going.
How's it been working with Coach Rod?
It's amazing, honestly. It's like just seeing a genius at work, and like every little problem, he has a solution for it. So you're never in the dark with anything. So it's always amazing just how he helps us fix problems that we have on the field. So.
I think Coach Rod said at one point that if you had been in like a more prominent spot in high school, that there's no way that they even would have had a chance at you. Do you sort of have a chip on your shoulder about that, about the fact that maybe you could have been more highly regarded?
Not at all, actually. I just think God works in mysterious ways. I think in the long run, I didn't know, this point in time, last year, I didn't think I was going to be playing football my senior year. Ended up having to transfer, and that kind of messed up my recruiting. But I feel like it all ended up for a good cause, because it ended up where I needed to be more than where I wanted to be, because I'm at a place where I know I can be great. So.
What have you learned from some of the more experienced guys in your group? I mean, I know Jermaine's hurt, but I'm sure he's provided some advice, and some of the other guys.
Lole, I've looked up to a lot. Like Lole, I watched his highlights before I got here, so it's like seeing one of the guys you look up to walk across the hall. So it's like kind of surreal every day. And then Shannon and TJ, those are like my older brothers. So I guess it's just it's real good just to have those older guys to give me those advice for anything, and I can ask them about anything, looking over plays and everything. So it's I'm never lacking on the field. So it's pretty cool to have those guys as a resource.
What's the biggest thing that Coach Rod is teaching you that you want to improve on in year one here?
I think the thing that he's telling me right now is just to slow down, because I'm always an energetic guy, and sometimes you gotta slow it down so that way you can focus on the little stuff, so that you can become a better player. Because if you focus on the little stuff, then the big stuff will show on the field. So.
There was one-on-one where you did really well and the whole team yelled BJ, and then Chavez Moore was one of the first guys to come up to you. What are your thoughts about Chavez Moore on and off the field?
Chavez is a very stand-up, respectable guy. I mean, he came from LSU. They won a national championship, so it's good to have that perspective, because he's been there, and we want to go there here. So he's always a very energetic guy, so he's real cool.
How do you feel about just the state of the D-line overall and how you expect them to play in the season?
I think we should do very good, because D-line every day become closer and closer as a brotherhood, and that's what Coach teaches every day. I mean, he tells us every day, the lone wolf died, the pack survives, and he makes us say it. So it's like a mantra in there. So yeah, it's a real brotherhood. It's not something that we just say, we mean it.
And I know that related to that, he also talks about emphasizing unselfish pass rushing and not jumping out of your role to maybe get the sack individually, but put somebody else in a spot where they're not supposed to be. How do you feel like you've learned that process and really adapted to the way that he wants you guys to rush the passer?
I think it goes a lot with how we play as a defense. I mean, when it's time to make your play, you'll make your play. But I think you have to be unselfish. That way, everybody gets to the goal that they want to get, which is a win at the end of the day. So I think that's how we play. And then with the rushing and everything, like you said, every rush you have to know what you're going to do. I mean, if you do the wrong thing, then you're going to mess up the other guy. So it's just accountability at the end of the day.
Do you have any expectations for yourself this year?
Honestly, I just want to do my best, earn a scholarship and just make my mark here. So that's all I can hope for, all I pray for, honestly.
So BJ, did you come up with Garen at the Edge Assassins?
Yes, sir.
You did. Okay. Let's talk about that academy for defensive linemen, and obviously Garen coming here. How much did that play in your recruitment?
It didn't really. Me and Garen didn't really find out about each other until we already made the commitment. So I mean, Garen's a pretty cool dude. We just look at plays with each other. He's a DN, I'm a 3-tech, so we work a lot with each other. So it's good that we're just in sync as freshmen. That way we know what we're doing with the other guys. That way we look good. So.
But that kind of help you acclimate to everything when you got somebody else from Louisiana, defensive lineman?
Yeah, it kind of helped me out, because in my class, it's only 2 of us D linemen here. So it's we had to talk to each other about everything, look over plays and everything. That way, when we get into it, then we going into it with our ground hitting and running. So we good.
What do you feel like is your greatest strength out there on the field right now?
I feel like my greatest strength right now is probably my hands, because as a shorter stature D lineman, you have to have your hands or you're not going to get that far. And then my explosiveness off the line, like Coach says, because I just get going real quick, and once I'm going, it's really hard to stop, honestly.
How did you end up at ASU? Can you tell us like the story of that?
My senior year, I was at Carrollton High School, and then like 2 days before the first game, they told me I was ineligible, so I had to transfer again, and that kind of messed up my recruitment and everything. I told myself like I just wanted to do my best my senior year. Ended up leading the state in sacks for my conference and everything, and all the other schools down in the South, they didn't really want me because like shorter stature, so I was sending out my film to everybody, and then before signing day, I was just like praying and everything, and then Rod hit me up a couple days before signing day, told me he had an opportunity for me, and I just took it. So.
Did you have a pre-existing relationship or somebody who knew Rodriguez?
My uncle knew Rodriguez because he played for the Cowboys when he was up in Minnesota, so he knew them, I guess, from his league days. So.
And what have they said? What has Rodriguez said to you about the possibility for playing time even this year?
He doesn't really go into like those type of things, but he just said keep working and it'll all work itself out. Just keep chopping wood and just come back with your lunch pail every day and just put in work, and then what you want will just like come into fruition.
Mm-hmm. What types of things have you picked up from him?
The stuff we pick up from Rod is just, I guess, work ethic. Honestly, just come into every day, no excuses, and just give all you got, and just take coaching. And he has real pride in us being together as a group. He has real pride in us, and he has faith in us, and he believes in us. Like I wouldn't be here if he didn't believe in me, honestly.
Does it feel validating that you're out there having some success against a bunch of older scholarship guys that you didn't get those types of looks?
I mean, it's great if you beat anybody on the D-line, honestly. But yeah, it feels good. It feels real good, honestly. It just feels good with having my teammates support me too. So it's great, honestly.
I heard Coach Rod one time say to a teammate of yours that you take all his reps. Is that something that you take pride in practice, stepping in for guys?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta learn to serve before you can actually get in everything. But I guess it's a saying like Rod says, every rep is your rep. So every opportunity that you have to take in this type of thing. So yeah, I mean, every rep you gotta learn. That's how you perfect your craft. I mean, even when there's a guy in front of you, you still go with what you need to do. And then when it's your time to go up, you take every opportunity you have. So yeah. Also
seen you shadowing a lot in the skill development drills. Has there been any specific D lineman that has taken you under his wing that you've learned the most from?
I answered that question earlier. I mean, it's been like three guys mainly, four honestly. I learned from all the older guys, but it's mainly been Jermaine, Shannon, and TJ because they teach me a lot about the interior, and they just taught me a lot. And I've had great success just listening to them as like older guys because they've already been through a lot of stuff and they've been where I wanted to go, and they're on scholarship. So it's really nice having that type of resource coming in as a freshman. So yeah.
As a guy from Georgia, how's the transition been to Arizona?
It's hot, but it's hot, but it's nice. I guess it's way faster paced out here, but I guess it's like football is football. At the end of the day, you just gotta adapt to it, and that's part of the sport. Just having adaptability and just being great. So.
You prefer the humidity over the dry heat?
Honestly, I'm good now. First couple days, I was knocked out, but yeah, it's good. It's good.